The mixed reviews for Netflix's new limited series A Man in Full cause some concern over Jake Gyllenhaal's highly anticipated series on Apple. A Man in Full is the latest series created by the acclaimed television writer and showrunner David E. Kelley, whose previous works include Big Little Lies, 2017 to 2019, Ally McBeal, 1997 to 2002, L.A. Law, 1986 to 1992, Goliath, 2016 to 2021, Love and Death, 2023, and The Lincoln Lawyer, 2022 to 2023. The series was adapted from the 1998 novel of the same name by Tom Wolfe, author of classic books such as The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test, 1968, and The Right Stuff, 1979. A Man in Full's cast features an impressive ensemble that includes Diane Lane, Man of Steel, Tom Pelphrey, Ozark, Bill Camp, The Queen's Gambit, Lucy Liu, Kill Bill, William Jackson Harper, The Good Place, and Sarah Jones, For All Mankind. Despite the impressive cast of A Man in Full's mixed reviews indicate a divided response among critics to Daniel's first project with Netflix. This causes some concern about Kelley's next project titled Presumed Innocent, which is set to be released exclusively on Apple TV Plus on Wednesday, June 12, 2024. A Man in Full's reviews make Apple's Presumed Innocent even more concerning. The Netflix series has earned a Rotten Tomatoes score of just 43%. A Man in Full has all the ingredients to be a standout new miniseries on Netflix but ultimately failed to win over critics. The Netflix series has earned a Rotten Tomatoes score of just 43% after premiering on Netflix on May 2, 2024. Many of the common criticisms of A Man in Full touch on how it feigns in comparison to the original novel, noticeably slimming down the book's plot to fit into the sharp yet unfocused 6-episode timeline. Variety's review noted, the tone is bizarrely lacking in the maximalist humor that helped Wolfe craft so many indelible scenes. The result is an odd mismatch between the show itself, inert, straight-faced, and the isolated bits of Wolfian absurdity that survive. Other reviews of A Man in Full critiqued the series' misfire as a piece of social commentary. IndieWire's review stated, part of the issue is tone. Conrad's experience is a harrowing, unrelenting nightmare, and it's portrayed as such. But the rest of A Man in Full is loud and proud satire. Aside from Conrad, the bulk of the show revolves around white guys screaming vulgar threats at one another. It appears that Kelley and actor-turned-director Regina King weren't able to make the most out of its ensemble cast through a lack of character development, even though the characters were intriguing but one-dimensional. David E. Kelley created A Man in Full, Presumed Innocent and many classic TV shows. The poor reviews for A Man in Full create question marks about Presumed Innocent. Charlie Croker, Jeff Daniels, looks in the mirror to adjust his bow tie in A Man in Full trailer image via Netflix. Showrunner and series creator David E. Kelley is an industry icon who has created several celebrated works, which makes the poor reception of A Man in Full even more surprising. He is also the creator and showrunner of Presumed Innocent, the upcoming Apple crime drama starring Jake Gyllenhaal which, by its trailer alone, already looks fantastic. The poor reviews for A Man in Full, however, create some major question marks about the quality of Presumed Innocent, which also is set to feature a performance from Bill Camp, who played Jeff Daniels' Charlie Croker's arch-nemesis Harry Zale in A Man in Full. Kelley has writing credits on 6 of the 8 episodes of Presumed Innocent, which is consistent with the 6 episodes he wrote of A Man in Full. Much like Presumed Innocent, which is based on a novel of the same name by Scott Turow, A Man in Full is not based on a true story. Kelley's most recent series other than A Man in Full were more positively reviewed, with the second season of The Lincoln Lawyer, 2022 to 2023, receiving a Rotten Tomatoes score of 91%, and the HBO limited series Love and Death starring Jesse Plemons and Elizabeth Olsen receiving a 62%. Kelley has a great track record in television, but A Man in Full is certainly one of his more recent low points.